In the news this week, controversial sex education plans are announced. Theresa May says Christians must feel free to talk about their beliefs. And Oscar-winning film Hacksaw Ridge shows the importance of respecting conscience. Hello. 4-year-old children could be exposed to teaching on LGBT relationships under controversial new government proposals. Education Secretary Justine Greening has announced plans for a new subject of relationships education for all primary schools in England. The statutory subject could allow children to be taught about all kinds of alternative lifestyles. Alarmingly, the government has also said that there will be no right of withdrawal for parents. A secondary level subject called Relationships and Sex Education has also been announced. Deputy Director for Policy and Staffing at the Institute, Humphrey Dobson, said the idea sidelines parents.
Christians are right to be very concerned about this issue. The government's plans for relationships education are highly controversial and contain no parental right of withdrawal. This could lead to a bewildering array of alternative lifestyles being put before very young children in the classroom. Things like homosexuality, transsexualism and same-sex marriage. Parents are best placed to deal with these issues with their children, not strangers in the classroom. The government should scrap these harmful plans, or at the very least maintain the full parental right of withdrawal.
To keep up to date with the government's plans, follow the Christian Institute on Facebook and Twitter. Campaigners say the Scottish Government has drawn a veil of secrecy around plans to salvage its controversial named person scheme. Education Secretary John Swinney was supposed to return to Holyrood before the end of 2016 to outline his next steps. However, more than 2 months into 2017, there has still been no news. Supporters of the No to Name Persons campaign filed a Freedom of Information request to get minutes from recent meetings, but their request was refused. Spokesman for No to MP Simon Calvert said the delay shows problems behind the scenes. It looks like it could be more like 6 or 7 months before we hear anything. It just shows how difficult they're finding it to salvage their named person plans. Prime Minister Theresa May says Christians must feel free to talk about their belief in Christ. Speaking at a Downing Street reception, Mrs May praised Church's work and said the role of Christianity in the UK needs to be celebrated.
We have a very strong tradition in this country of religious tolerance and freedom of speech, and our Christian heritage is something that we can all be proud of. And we must continue to ensure that people feel able to speak about their faith, and that absolutely includes their faith in Christ.
The remarks have been welcomed as a break from previous Prime Ministers, who simply saw Christianity as a curiosity. Tim Stanley, writing for The Telegraph, highlighted how during Tony Blair's premiership, his Director of Communications, Alistair Campbell, famously said, "We don't do God." Stanley added that for far too long, admitting you're a Christian has been treated like a declaration of lunacy. And finally, a film which tells the incredible true story of a conscientious objector in World War II has won 2 Academy Awards. Hacksaw Ridge focuses on Desmond Doss, who refused to take up arms for his country because of his understanding of the biblical commandment, "You shall not murder." He saved 75 men in one of the bloodiest conflicts in the Second World War, but never fired a gun.
While everybody else is taking life, I'm gonna be saving it. And that's gonna be my way to serve.
You don't kill.
No, sir.
You know, quite a bit of killing does occur in war.
Private Doss does not believe in violence. Do not look to him to save you on the battlefield.
Private Doss, you are free to run into the hellfire of battle without a single weapon to protect yourself.
I'm gonna get you home.
There's something you gotta see.
Who did this?
That's the card. Please, Lord, help me get one more. Help me get one more.
The film, rated 15, shows how Doss evacuated many wounded men from the battlefield at great personal risk. Doss was a Seventh-day Adventist who see themselves as a Protestant denomination. They have a number of views which seriously differ from biblical Christianity, but Christians can still learn from Doss's example in Hacksaw Ridge. Today, with conscience under attack from many sides, Hacksaw Ridge's message is as vital in 2017 as it was in 1945. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.